Welcome back everybody. This is Shahzaib Kamal from Podina Tutorials.com and we're learning the Angular 4. So guys, we just know about the components, how they works and what they are and how we can just use them, our benefits. So now I'm just gonna make our own first custom component for now. Okay, these are the components we just got from the CLI we just used for the making our first application using the Angular CLI. So now I'm just gonna make our custom component. Now there are two ways we can just make our custom component. This is the pre-built, you can say the pre-made or something like that, the basic elements, the very first application they just provide us, the pre-made application. But now I'm just gonna build some custom component according to your need. So there, just imagine the first one, this app component as the main application, or the main component, the very main component. I'm just going to make other components inside this one, inside this component named the app. I'm just going to right click on it and let's just go to the new, and I'm just going to create some directories. I'm just making it right now, and the component name I'm just putting as the for now content. Any name I can just put here. Okay, and okay, let's just make it possible. Now you can see that this content is actually the nested element of the application. This is pretty cool and pretty simple. Now what more we just need to do, right click on it again, and now I'm just going to make few files. The major elements for a component, for a single component, is the HTML file, the CSS file, and the TS file. You can see that here. There is the application, the main element, the main component yet we've made, or actually we just made through the CLI did this for us. There is the few files, the app.component.css, app.component.html, app.component.spec. It's just for kind of for unit testing. We just do not need that. You can also delete that, by the way. Now the app.component.ts and the module is actually really important. What the module does, it just bind all the files, compile everything, and collect the information. It's just like the controller. It just controls every part, or not the control, but you just simply can say it just makes a module of different kind of pages. It just connects all of them with each other. So the point is, now the major files are the first of all, when you're just making a component file, so the name should be just like the directory name, its directory name, which is the content. So content dot, and yeah, don't forget to put the component to component dot HTML. Okay, we just made an HTML file for the component. Cool. Okay, yeah. Now we got a file here. You can see that the HTML, the content.html.component.html file. Right click on it. Now the second file, for now we just do not want the CSS file. It didn't work on installing yet. I'm going there and I'm just making another file, the content.component. It's another part of the component. The component is the content. Now I'm just making another part of the component. For now I'm just making .ts file. Don't forget that. Don't put JS, don't put other name. .ts file, okay, because it's a TypeScript. Okay, we got two files. Now you must be thinking that we need to make another file, and that file, well, one more thing, please be confirmed about the name. If you just put the right name here, the COMPO spelling, not actually the name but the spelling, COMPONENT or something. Sometimes you just miss the spelling, and then you just can have some problems, some errors. I'll be managing it, how you can solve these things. This kind of stuff. So the other part is we can make the CSS file if we need. For now we do not need, so just leave this as it is. And now I'm just gonna go to the module.css.ts actually. Now actually, because we're not making a kind of big scale application for now, so we just can use a single module here. It is a TS, the main applications module. For the module, we do not need to make it multiple times. We can use the same single main application, not the nested one. Okay, the main application module file, module.ts file, for all of our works, for all other components, we just can use this one. Okay, unless we're just making a kind of big scale application. If we're just making a big scale application, we have to make the modules. We can split it up, but this is still not necessary. So now let's just come up with the plan, what to put inside the component.ts file. Really interesting question. There is the the app.component.ts file also, you just can see that this is the greatness of the IDE. We are using the IntelliJ. You just can use its logic for other files. You can see that the very first thing, we just made a component and then we just exported that component. This is really simple and logical. But just before that, there is another thing. You can see we're importing the component. If you just don't import the component, you will see the difference between them. I'm going to the component file here. Very first thing, I'm just going to make up the component, I'm just going to import that first. Component from where, from where it is @Angular core. Okay, it just turned into gray because they're just telling that we are just importing the component, importing the element, and we didn't use that yet. So I'm just going down here. I'm just going to put the sign and I'm just going there component. Okay, now we're just using it. Now you can see that it turns into color because now we're using, this is the greatness of the IDE. We're using the IntelliJ IDEA, whatever. Now let's just proceed to the next place. The parentheses and the curly braces inside the parentheses. Okay, let's just go inside the curly braces. Now there are two things we need to do, two major things. Number one is the selector. Okay, and spelling must be correct. And the second thing is the template URL. Okay, also you can put the install URLs too when you're just working on install, but for now we're not working, so we're just working on the selector. The selector will actually be the element which we're just going to use when we're just going to call it. So I'm just gonna put the name, a kind of app content. Okay, whatever, you just try. And second thing is the add a comma and then just go to the template URL space. Now we're just gonna put the URL address, the template's address, which is actually the content.component.html. just like if you just go there to the app.component, you can see that period slash and app.component.html, the file name with its address. So because it's in the same route, same directory, so we just simply put it the period and the slash. I'm just going there and the period and the slash and then the content.component.html. okay, one more thing we need to do. I'm just gonna do that and come on. Okay, that's cool. Okay, good, we're just good to go. Now you just can see that we didn't mention the content. This thing we didn't mention. Oh, spelling mistake. This is actually a great thing that it just mentioned the problems and other things. Now if you just notice that we didn't mention the content. Why didn't mention? Because absolutely it's inside the mention, it's inside the same folder, the content folder, so we do not need to mention it. So what the next step we need to do, we just need to go bottom and then we're just gonna export it, the class, export class, and meanwhile I'm just gonna make the class of that component the content component. Okay, class content component. Okay, that's cool. Parentheses. Again, I did the same mistake. I need to put the T. Now we didn't use this class yet and we are just exporting it, so let's just proceed to the next step. If you just want to send some kind of variables, you just can send that, and I'm just going to use it once. I'm just going there and I'm just putting a kind of things like the h1, and here I'm just mentioning it's the, or something like content starts, whatever you want to type you can. Now the next step, I'm just going to the next step. I'm just going to the module. Here is a module, and the very first thing is to import that one which is exported. So the import and the content, same class. Okay, same class. The content spelling must be correct. Component. Okay, now go there and from, and here the dot and slash, I'm not going to call the application again, I'm just going to call the component for now because we are here in the app.module.ts. now we will actually have to go inside this directory because we are directly in the app directory. Content dot component. Okay, now, oh sorry, first of all, the content slash. Now this is what I just want to I just told you that it's just coming from, you can see that it's just coming from a folder. Here we just need to go inside this directory, inside the content directory. So we are in the application directory. We just need to go to the content directory. First we need to access inside this directory, then we just can go to the file. And because it's a TypeScript method, we just do not need to mention the extensions. It just manages itself, so it's pretty cool. Now the second step is we just need to declare that application, that component, sorry, not the application. So add a comma, add a line break, and just start mentioning the declaring the content component, as I'm doing for now. Okay, awesome. Now next step is not to do anything here. I'm just gonna simply export the app module class. Here the app content is a bootstrap thing, nothing more than that. Simply just need to import the content component, and here I just need to mention from where we just want to import it, and there in the component that sorry, here the content TS, we're just exporting this class and all good. If you just want to send any kind of variable, we just good to go to send this. It still should be working. Go there and you can see that it's working. But now what do you think where we're just gonna mention the selectors like app content, like we did here in index.html for the main applications component? We just mentioned the app root, the selector app root we just mentioned there. But for now we also can mention that not directly there to the main component, but inside this HTML, main components HTML. Okay, now not directly inside the index.html, but main components HTML. I'm just gonna mention that here, the app content. If you remember the name app content, now let's just save it, go to the browser, just focus the content start. I do not know why I'm just missing the T in the content. So I'm just going there to the content component. Here I'm just putting the T. So now save it. Now go to the browser back, and you'll be seeing the content starts, whatever I just type here. For example, I'm just going there and line break, and here I'm just typing something like P, or the para, the content, anything, content para. Save it. Now go to the browser, and you can see that the content para, all things are good. Actually, we just made a new component. We're just using that new component inside the pre-created component as a nested component. And now we just called, this is an interesting dilemma, that we just called that new component here inside the main components HTML, and this is the way we just use it. We just do not need to mention this directly to the index.html. In fact, it won't work in this way if we just mention this inside the index.html, because index.html directly interacts with the main application, this application, and this one is not the main application. This one is not the main component, but this one is the component nested with the app component, which is actually the main component. Now we'll be working more on it, and you will be understanding more and more about it. And as always, please subscribe to our channel. It will really help our channel grow. Leave a comment, and we'll meet in next lesson. Till then, goodbye.